All right, my friends, welcome again to the channel. This is Felipe Coelho, and today we are continuing the series Charlie Parker on guitar. So this phrase starts with a very known molecule. It's like a part of a phrase that we see in Charlie Parker's playing, and it goes like so. Starting with the downbeat, 1, 2, 3, 4. To get started, the first thing you need to do to understand this style on the guitar is make sure you understand the caged system. And that is the division of the guitar neck in 5 parts. But here, I'm using the C shape of the caged system. The C shape comes from this C major chord right here. And I'm just taking it up to F. And then, once you understand the caged system, make sure you can identify each of the intervals, tonic, third, and fifth. So here I have tonic, third, and fifth, tonic, third, and fifth. So I will know this is the third and this is the fifth. Now in this style, you're always aiming for these target tones, and the target tones are nothing but the notes that spell out the chord. F major, we have 1, 3, 5, 1, 3, 5. They are F, A, and C. F, A, and C. So I'm always going to be directing my lines towards these notes. So here, I'm connecting the third to the fifth. And then this is nothing but doing this. But you're putting more notes. You're aiming for the fourth and then resolving to the third. So I'm kind of dancing around the fourth a little bit so that it gets resolved to the third. So I have first the connection and then fourth to the third. And then what happens after? This is simply upper neighbor to target tone, tonic. So this is one of the ways you can practice bebop. Very basic ways is simply doing upper neighbors to the targets. So then you create a 6-note scale made by tonic, third, and fifth in their upper neighbors, second, fourth, and sixth, like so. This is something you must have down very well, very clear, in order to really take advantage of these lessons and be able to understand the bebop language. So going on with the phrase. Yeah. So here I'm approaching the third from below, right? And then I'm doing a little arpeggio, just stacking thirds. A minor arpeggio is a relative to F. You have the relatives or the tonic function chords, which are first degree, third degree, or sixth degree. They all share most of the same notes. So here it's doing an arpeggio of A minor responding to the sixth. Another way you can see this, which is the way I actually prefer, is calling this a 3-point encapsulation. A 3-point encapsulation was described in the video series Bebop in 4 Steps, but I'll explain it again real quick. A 3-point encapsulation is when you play 3 notes which are surrounding your final note. And how do you put that together? Basically, you first have to know who your target note is. In this case, is the sixth. Now, the sixth may be treated as a chord tone in a major chord because it's very welcome. It almost sounds like it is part of the chord. So we're going to encapsulate the sixth. Here's my target. And then what I do to create to put together the 3-point encapsulation is I think a fourth below. So a fourth below the sixth is the major third. And then I stack thirds up on it. A third from here, I go to C. A third from C, I go to E natural. All of this in the F major scale, of course. So I respond with the ending target note. Now, any of these things, you can add a note to them by adding a leading tone to the first note. Or even a chromatic approach. All these make up the bebop vocabulary. So I've used here just one single note chromatic approach, the leading tone, onto the third, and then stacking thirds to create the 3-point encapsulation, resolving to the target note. So I would call that like a word. A word is when you arrive at your desired chord tone, and you may end the phrase there, or you may keep going, but a word has been said. So here's the first word. That's one word. And then that's another word. And then here's another word. It's a short, but it's another word because I've arrived at my target. And then the other word, you could consider this or the entire thing. right? Now what's going to happen next is another 3-point encapsulation aimed towards the third. So how is the 3-point encapsulation again? First, I'm going to take a fourth below. So a fourth below within this scale, the F major scale, a fourth below the third is the seventh. So I'm going to have this. I have the seventh, and I'm going to stack thirds on it. So a third from this one, I get this. A third from here, I get this. Or I may refinger it like here. Or it could be this. They all work. Right? So I've done the fingering like so. Because I was already in this position, so it was easier to grab it from here. But I could have done here too. Doesn't matter. See which you feel more comfortable. And now the approach to the target note may be done immediately, or you may delay it by adding leading tones like this, or maybe a chromatic approach, right? So we get, right? One more time. So another word has been said here. We're now towards the end of the phrase. The last word or molecule is this. So what's going on here? It's basically playing around the notes that will comprehend the 3-point encapsulation for the tonic. I have these 3 notes. And if you analyze what a 3-point encapsulation does, it actually spells out the dominant chord of the desired chord. So it surrounds the desired note by notes that belong to the dominant of that chord, and then finally arrive at the chord tone. So it kind of makes a harmonic relationship as 5-1, as here, like pa 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 pa. So here, what has been done was starting with the downbeat. 1, 2, 3, 4. So the phrase. That's the phrase. And then, of course, to create the full effect, you have to play it at a tempo that it gets doubled. So it's like a medium swing tempo. Here, dun, chun, and you apply it. Sorry. So that's the phrase for today, guys. I hope you have enjoyed that, and I'll be seeing you next time. Thank you so much.